The rain has stopped and the skies have cleared, but not for long. Another storm is on the way.
Tonight, residents are digging out and cleaning up after nearly 7 inches of rain fell in some areas. The storm is part of a wave of atmospheric rivers that have thrashed the entire West Coast over the last several weeks. California has endured flooding, mudslides, evacuations, road closures, and desperate rescues. We have live team coverage across Southern California.
We begin with Pedro Rivera with the latest on the devastating impact this storm has had on the entire state. Pedro?
From northern to Southern California, the entire Golden State has been battered by the latest storm. Some areas seeing mudslides and debris flows. Others have seen the loss of life. But in the Central Valley, the search for a 5-year-old who was swept away by floodwaters enters its second day. Search and rescue crews called off Tuesday's search for 5-year-old Kyle Doan. On Monday, Doan and his mother were stuck in raging floodwaters near San Miguel outside of Paso Robles. His mother was rescued, but the boy was swept away and remains missing. Due to low visibility, the search has been called off until Wednesday morning. The heartache continues in other parts of the states as well, with mudslides in the Central Coast, rock slides shutting down roads in Santa Barbara, and falling trees in Northern California. The devastating storms have now claimed the lives of at least 17 people. President Biden has already approved an emergency declaration in the state, with damage expected to exceed $1 billion. In Southern California, college's biggest game had some major issues with rain getting into SoFi Stadium, causing slippery floors. Some fans were taken out on a stretcher. In Union Station, commuters had to wade through water to continue their trips. Miles away in the Hollywood Hills, neighbors were cleaning up Tuesday after early morning rain caused this mudslide.
This morning, I took my car, I backed out of the garage, tried to open the gate, and suddenly the gate wasn't opening.
That's because of this. Martin Monte spent much of the morning shoveling rocks and mud from in front of his home.
The way I see it, I'm blessed. Nothing happened other than I have a ton of mud preventing me from getting out.
But the same can't be said in other parts of the state, like in Sacramento County, where the American and Sacramento rivers contributed to submerged homes in the region. Saturated ground mixed with strong winds caused trees to topple in Santa Cruz. This video was captured by PG&E linemen along Highway 9, as they have been working hard to bring power back to thousands of customers around the state, still in the dark tonight. And it's still unclear how much these latest systems will help our drought. Some reservoirs remain below average, while others, especially in the Sacramento area like Lake Shasta, Lake Oroville, are almost double the average for this time of year. When it comes to our snowpack, which we rely on heavily here in Southern California, we are off to our best start in over a decade, according to the Department of Water Resources. Back to you.
Pedro, thank you. Hillside homes in Sherman Oaks and Studio City have been inundated with mud, and it could be days before residents are able to dig out. And now those residents have their eyes on another approaching storm that could unleash more mudslides and flooding.
KTLA's Mary Beth McDade joins us live from Studio City with a look at how residents are coping with the aftermath of the storms. Mary Beth.
Yeah, Mike and Chair, I can tell you that crews, they really made some great progress up here cleaning up this muddy mess. If you can believe it or not, just a few hours ago, there was between 3 and 5 feet of mud and water clogging up this street. A lot of residents in Studio City and Sherman Oaks found their cars and homes covered in mud, water, and debris after the torrential storm swept through.
Last night, probably around 11, I'm going to guess, I was working in my office, which is to the right here, and heard a gushing water.
As you can see on this Sherman Oaks residence ring camera, the gushing water turned into a mudslide as a portion of the hillside gave way behind his Stony Brook Drive home. The mud flow took out a tree and crashed through a fence. He says he went outside to check out all the noise and found himself in several feet of mud. And then it began coming into the house.
So I've got 2 girls, and so we called the fire department, and they were great. They came here right on time, quickly brought everybody out.
Now he and his family, who recently moved from New York City, have to figure out how to clean this all up and make the home livable again.
I had just renovated the place on top of that, so, but I think you have to be, in times like this, you have to be thankful for, your health, your family.
Several of his neighbors also ended up with a muddy mess to clean up Tuesday. Neighborhood officials say at least 5 homes were damaged.
We've had a considerable amount of mud flow and debris flow through Stone Canyon, and it's been at times impassable.
Several residents in nearby Studio City had to be evacuated after 3 to 5 feet of mud and debris flooded Fredonia Drive near Wrightwood Lane.
I was just surprised. I couldn't believe how much water could just build up overnight.
His was one of the many cars damaged after becoming submerged in muddy water.
It was first up to like the tires, and then later in the day it went all the way up to the door. And I couldn't do anything. I was like, the water just keeps building and building, and I was waiting for anyone to come and help, and thankfully they did. But
crews worked hard throughout the day digging out the neighborhood, which is now in much better shape Tuesday night.
And Leo, that we spoke to, and some of the other residents tell us that all the damage that was caused to their cars and their homes is going to be quite costly. For now, reporting live here in Studio City, Mary Beth McDade. We'll send it back to you guys in this studio.
Mary Beth, thank you. A sinkhole that opened up on a Chatsworth street, swallowing 2 cars and trapping 4 people, is getting bigger tonight. Crews are working around the clock to stabilize the roadway, but right now it remains closed.
Carlos Saucedo is live in Chatsworth with an update on efforts to remove those cars and a warning to drivers tonight. Carlos.
Mike and Sherry, good evening. That sinkhole has more than doubled in size since we were out here last night. It has widened, overtaking both lanes of Iverson Road out here in Chatsworth. And if you take a look behind me, still a lot of activity out here at this very late hour, with crews still here moments ago. Both vehicles were pulled out with the help of heavy machinery, and it's a mangled mess. You can see just how badly damaged the vehicles were from falling into that sinkhole yesterday, and the effort it took to get them out.
Wow, take a look at that. It's still collapsing under the roadway there.
Part of Iverson Road just south of Highway 118 in Chatsworth no longer passable. The roadway caving in even more as a sinkhole keeps growing in size, believed to be about 40 feet deep. City crews have been working around the clock to stabilize the ground.
It's deeper, it's going to keep eroding away.
The sinkhole was much smaller when it swallowed 2 vehicles during the pouring rain Monday night. Mother and her teen daughter were trapped in a Nissan. A pickup truck fell in soon after, stacking the vehicle on top of the other. The 2 occupants of the pickup were able to get themselves out.
Up, keep going up, keep going up.
It took first responders with LAFD, LA County Fire, and Ventura Fire about an hour to rescue the 2 trapped inside. A precarious situation for not just the victims, but rescuers themselves.
It was a very dynamic rescue. The cars were shifting, moving. Firefighters did an outstanding job with a very calculated rescue. We lowered ladders and ultimately did what we call a high-angle rope rescue, where we had our big aerial ladder truck lower a firefighter on a rope, secure a harness, strategically and carefully lift those people to safety.
Mom and daughter sustained minor injuries and were taken to a local hospital. But now there's growing fear that the unstable terrain could give way, creating a bigger mess with more rain on the way.
It's still very unstable, so we're going to have a car, and we need to create a bit of a slope in the front end to then be able to bring the cars out.
Officials say it will take several crews and many hours to remove both vehicles in order to start the cleanup process.
But it serves as a reminder. You don't ever want to drive across roadway where you can't see your pavement. This is exactly why we provide those warnings.
And now that the vehicles are out, cleanup and road repairs can commence, but it will be some time before Iverson Road fully reopens. We're live tonight in Chatsworth. Carlos Saucedo, KTLA 5 News.
Carlos, thank you. Evacuation orders have been lifted in Montecito tonight, but residents are worried the danger isn't over. Floodwaters sliced across the area during the storm, stranding people in their cars and causing widespread damage.
KTLA's John Fenolio is live in Montecito with an update tonight. John.
Well, Sharon, Micah, authorities here in Santa Barbara County are still assessing the full scope of this damage. The entire town of Montecito and Santa Barbara were ordered to evacuate yesterday, including the spot where I'm standing, Olive Mill Road and US 101. This very spot was pummeled by mudslides 5 years ago, And so when the rain came yesterday, it had plenty of residents on edge. The latest storm to hit California delivered a powerful punch to Santa Barbara and Montecito.
There was less debris this time, more water flowing, and different kind of damage.
George Quirin has lived in Montecito his whole life. His home is between San Ysidro and Romero Creeks. 5 years ago, both breached their banks. Catastrophic flooding and mudslides followed.
I was stuck at my place for a few days. Lost a couple of friends of mine in that, and the whole community was traumatized.
But this time the creeks held, and officials lifted evacuation and shelter-in-place orders by Tuesday afternoon.
When those evacuation notices went out during this latest round of rough weather, what was going through your mind?
Here we go again. Yeah, and I was looking at the rain forecast, and it was looking very worrisome.
Authorities say the record-breaking rainfall accounted for hundreds of 911 calls Monday night. It also forced the closure of the 101 in both directions.
Yikes.
Ellen DeGeneres posting this video Monday of a creek near her home.
This is crazy. On the 5-year anniversary, we were having unprecedented rain. This creek next to our house never flows, ever.
She's referring to a mudslide in 2018 that killed 23 people and destroyed more than 100 homes in Montecito. Residents say safety improvements have been made since then, but this much rainfall still makes them nervous.
I think they made some amazing improvements over the past few years, trying to dig out the basins so that it flows better, and the debris basins and the creeks, and Caltrans and the bucket brigade and the county, the sheriffs. They're doing an incredible job. There's certain neighborhoods that the terrain is unstable, so it's a concern. It's ongoing. It's not going to go away.
All right, some areas around here have reported more than a foot of rain so far, including the San Marcos Pass and the Santa Ynez Mountains just above Santa Barbara. According to the National Weather Service, more than 17 inches of rain fell there over the past few days. We're live in Montecito. I'm John Finolio, sending it back to you in Hollywood.
All right, John, thank you. We're in